It's great to be back. Great to be back. I really haven't done much with my channel for almost 2 months, and so I figured what best. I figured how best to get back into the groove than by doing a live session. I have several videos that I have planned for you that are in different states of editing, but instead of editing all day and then trying to put all my thoughts into a polished video, I figured why not just come on here and speak to all of you for an hour. All right, so here I am. I'm waiting for several people to get on, hopefully, and then we'll start the show. First things first, let me explain why I haven't been putting any videos out. I think the last video I put out was on how you can check your Wi-Fi. Since then, quite a bit of things have happened. Quite a few things have happened. We had an election. COVID-19 is still hitting us strong, and hopefully we'll have a vaccine soon, and hopefully all of you are safe. And I've been working a lot of hours on my primary job. So now I've had some time to get caught up, to support the customer at my primary job. And today's a weekend. Normally I've been working weekends, but today I have off and I'd like to spend it with you, with all of you. So if I appear a little nervous, it's because I haven't been on camera in quite some time. I haven't recorded any videos in quite some time. So bear with me as we move forward. Let's see how many people we have on. We have one person, and that one person is it's me. So let's give it a few more minutes to see if anyone else comes on. We've been live for 2 minutes, and then we'll take it from there. Today, I'd like to discuss a few topics. I have 5 questions from viewers that I think are important. I'd like to share, and I also would like to talk about the new models of treadmills that NordicTrack has out. They've made some upgrades, and last but not least, I'd like to discuss a few things on the negative side. I had a comment from one of the viewers that questioned NordicTrack's customer service, and we'll discuss that. We'll discuss everything in detail, and if I have any questions from the live audience, I'll take those as well. So first things first, why did I make this channel? I bought my wife a NordicTrack X22i back in March or February of 2018. She asked me for a treadmill, and I wanted to get her the very best. So I got her the X22i model. And when we got that shipped and delivered and put together, because back then the white glove delivery was a thing, let's just say that my wife fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. I even tried to get my dog to fall in love with it. He didn't like it. We could not believe that we could run and hike anywhere in the world, virtually anywhere. I had a big hike coming up for cystic fibrosis, and I wanted to do some training. And I tried all of the incline workouts, and I was getting in good shape. Every day I was getting in great shape. I was putting in some exercise outside and inside. And then I figured, there's not a lot out there on this treadmill. Why not post a few videos on these incredible workouts, these incredible virtual workouts and the trainers and how they motivate you to exercise? So I started putting videos out there. And I really wasn't too concerned about getting viewers. I just wanted to make sure that if someone did a search for NordicTrack treadmills for the X22i, because back then that was the top dog. There was no X32i. I figured if I put a few videos out and someone saw them, then great. They would have at least some information about what a great experience this is, what a great smart treadmill this is. Well, earlier this year, I was corresponding with NordicTrack about an issue that I had, and they had me doing some things on to see if I can reset software. And then I actually got an email from one of the reps that said, "Hey, we need you to go into privilege mode." And when I went into privilege mode, I didn't even know that existed, but they gave me a sequence to get into privilege mode. And that is what led to the 10 tap technique, or T cubed. I was able to tap 10 times on the screen, wait 7 to 8 seconds, and then tap 10 more times. And lo and behold, I got into this secret administrative desktop that had Android. It had an Android desktop. It had a web browser. It had a camera. Well, that led me to really start making videos to make sure that I pass this information on to you. Why? Because you now have the ability to use your screen, your 22-inch screen, 32-inch screen. Let's say you didn't want to do an iFit workout. Let's say you wanted to watch your favorite show. You could now install Netflix on your NordicTrack treadmill or on your NordicTrack bike. You can now install Amazon Prime Videos, watch all of the movies and TV shows there. And then I figured out you could even install Peloton. So you could actually put the Peloton app on your NordicTrack bike or treadmill and follow along with them. I even have a couple of videos where I was actually called out live in a Peloton class. That was something else. I was really excited. Anyway, so that's why I have this channel. And then it grew and it grew and it grew. And then I started a Facebook group called NordicTrack Tips, Tricks, and Hacks. And that's over 500 people now. And as far as this channel, there's over 2,000 subscribers. So if you're watching this, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. Let's see if I can get some of these things going on. So watch this. I've even taught myself a few tricks here and there. Like, watch this here. Look at that. That's right, Dr. NordicTrack, Dr. NT Live. And I'd like to talk to you. Part of this video will be talking to you about some of the new treadmills that NordicTrack has for you. These new treadmills have some really great features that I'd like to go over. The main thing for the main purpose of this hour will be to go over some questions and answers from the viewers. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, make some comments, but definitely subscribe so that you'll be alerted every time I post new videos. It helps me. It supports me with the YouTube algorithm so that when people search for NordicTrack tips and tricks, they'll see my videos. If you're interested in supporting me one step further, I do have a PayPal account. It's paypal.me /NordicTrack Doctor. You'll see it right there. Let's see. I think it's right over here. And that's NordicTrack Doctor with a DR. And if you don't have a PayPal account, you can also support me with Venmo. My account is Nelson_Munoz. This is optional. If you have benefited from my videos and you'd like to make a donation, well, then I want to thank you in advance. If you'd like to email me with any questions you might have, you can email me at this NordicTrack, this drnt0714 @gmail.com, and I'll try to answer any of your questions. So first things first, let's go ahead and get right into the show. I'd like to announce that I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis. So if you missed this and you're watching a taped delay presentation of this, then just know that every Sunday at 2 o'clock. So this time I did it a little early, but every Sunday around 2 o'clock, maybe even 1 o'clock. And let me look about that. Actually, you know what? Let's do it right now. Every Sunday at 1 o'clock, I'll have a live 1-hour session where you can get some of your answers and some of your questions answered. I know it's frustrating sometimes to get a hold of NordicTrack reps, but at least now you know every Sunday at 1 o'clock, I will be here trying to answer your questions. All right, so first things first. Let's go ahead and switch the camera and go to the, let's go to the NordicTrack, how do I say it? Let's go to the NordicTrack website. And from here, let's check out these new treadmills that they have. You'll see they have these new commercial incline treadmills. Initially, they only had the X22i that was new, but as you can see now, they have the X14i, which is brand, you know what? This is actually new to me. I didn't even realize there was an X14i with a 14-inch screen. Whoa. So they must have did away with the 11i. So this is great. You know what? I'm really glad I'm doing this, because now not only will you guys learn some new stuff, I'll actually learn some new stuff. There's an X14i. This is news to me. And you have the X22i and the X32i. But this X14i, I guess it'll be out January 25th. It's got a 14-inch screen. So for those of you that don't want to spend too much money, I guess you can get this 14-inch screen instead of spending all the money on the 22 and the 32-inch screen. And some of the new things that NordicTrack is saying that they have, if you scroll down, they have improved HD graphics. I look at this and it says there is an added processor cooling. So the processor cooling could be anything from a new fan or a heat sink. But if you're able to keep the CPU cooler, then it should improve performance. But the audience is still out on this HD graphics performance to see if it really is much better. Now, this is a big deal. Faster Wi-Fi connectivity. For some of us, we haven't had that faster. Some of our older systems were still running on the 2.4 gigahertz. We now have 5 gigahertz connectivity as well, which should provide you with more than enough bandwidth. Actually, the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth was great, but now you'll have the 5 gigahertz bandwidth, which might help you with some programs like Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. So you might be able to get a better picture, a better stream. Looks like you have expanded iFit membership where you can actually add more people. You have an enhanced automatic trainer control. It looks like they've made it quieter, the incline and the decline. I'm not sure how that works, but hopefully some of you new folks that have the newer machines can chime in and let us know what this is all about. You now have this Bluetooth headphone connectivity. Now, it says it's new, but for those of you that were subscribed to my channel, you knew that this was an option that you can access by getting into privilege mode. Now it looks like you can access it without having to do anything. It should be fairly simple. There's a new mobile app, and then you've got the Google Maps that you've always had, and you can track your stats like you've always had. But if we scroll down, here's the big deal right here. And these specs these specs are not just for the 14i, but they're also for the 22i and the 32i. And I believe some of the commercial treadmills as well. This is what I want to focus on. This Android 9 operating system. Why is this a big deal? The reason it's a big deal is because for those of you that are accessing privilege mode with the 10-tap technique or the T-cubed technique, maybe I should say T to the 4th power, because it's 10-tap technique, the 10-tap technique. Well, we don't have to say the. Anyway, 10-tap technique. Well, actually, if you said the, then it'd be 4. So we'll go with T-cubed. The 10-tap technique allows you to access what we call the secret privileged mode or the secret administrative mode. NordicTrack actually provides these instructions whenever you have issues that require you to go into the software. I had an issue with my software where it kept resetting. It was in a loop, and they actually provided me with instructions to get into the administrative mode so that I could reset my iFit cache, and that actually helped. But this Android 9 is a game changer because we now have a more robust firmware, a more stable operating system that will help us when it comes to adding and installing additional apps. Will it help us as far as Google Play? Well, unfortunately, that is still going to be something we will be missing. I spoke with the NordicTrack rep, and this Android 9 operating system does not come with Google Play services. What does that mean to us? It means that there are still some apps like Zwift, Hulu Plus, or Hulu, Disney Plus, that we won't be able to get into. But still, Android 9 operating system is a great thing for all of us. Oh, look, I have someone here at Tina P. Hello, how's it going? Looks like you just noticed on your treadmill it's playing a radio station in the background. How can I turn it off? You know, Tina, do you have one of the newer treadmills? Can you tell me if it's one of the newer treadmills? Because this is news to me. I have yet to hear anything about a radio station playing in the background. You know what it could be? Is it possible that you have one of your wireless devices paired with the with an NordicTrack? Is it a treadmill? Is it a bike? Because you have the X22i. So if you could maybe go into the Bluetooth settings and see if anything is paired with your treadmill. This way, because this radio station thing is news to me. I have not heard anything about that. So you did try everything. Have you tried a? Let me change the camera. Anyway, again, thanks for being on, Tina. Have you tried resetting a factory reset? Because if you've got the new machine, you should be able to use a little paper clip, and with holding the power button, I believe you can try to do a factory reset. Have you tried that? You have tried that. And you're saying that you have a radio station that plays in the background. That's news to me. Well, first things first, I don't have all the answers, but I will give you some good advice. You want to get onto the iFit software on your treadmill, and you want to report an issue. I believe that's still an option. Why do you want to do it from the treadmill? So that you'll have an official documented response from NordicTrack. As soon as you send that message from your treadmill, you'll get an automated response from NordicTrack with a date and timestamp. This is important so that you have proof that you've contacted them. It also will help you if you decide that you would like to be compensated by maybe a reduced price, a credit, or maybe another free year of iFit. I tell all my viewers, all my subscribers, that you should always report any issues, no matter how small, from the iFit app. This way you have something that proves you contacted them. So it says they emailed me about the new radio station. I have a new NordicTrack. I haven't tried it yet. I found an article on iFit blog about this. Can't you? Okay, so again, this is news to me. I will do some research and I will look into it. It looks like we have a few more people, and it looks like they're also experiencing issues with this new radio station. Let's see. So Steve has an S22i. So Tina, good luck on that. I honestly don't have an answer for you, but at the very least, send NordicTrack a report the issue using your iFit application that is on your X22i, and then you'll have a documented email with a date and time that states you have an issue and NordicTrack needs to get back with you. And if they don't get back to you in a reasonable amount of time, then you can write to them again and say, hey, this is unacceptable. I want a free year of iFit. If they still don't write back, you just keep hitting them, and you always do it from the iFit app. And you say, I've waited long enough. I want 2 years of iFit. And then what happens is eventually you will get contacted by a rep via the email. And you can also put your phone in there. They might call you. And then they will try to negotiate with you to see if they can fix your issue. And at the same time, they will provide you with some sort of monetary credit or compensation. All right, Tina, hopefully you're subscribed to my channel. And I'd like, if you haven't already, please become a member of my NordicTrack tips, tricks, and hacks on Facebook. And then please come back and let us know if you get this fixed, because this is a big deal. I'd like to share that with everyone. And I'm sorry I haven't fixed it. I'm sorry I don't have the answer. All right, Steve, you have an S22i and you want to know if your AirPods can connect to it. I don't see why they can't. I've actually borrowed my daughter's AirPods and was able to connect to it. So what you need to do is, if you have I believe the S22i is one of the older machines with an Android 5.1.1. I don't think they've changed. Let me take a look at something really quick, Steve. So if I come here to NordicTrack Home and go to their bikes, and I come to the S22i, so it looks like the S22i has not been upgraded. So the S22i bike still comes, I believe, with an Android 5.11 Android operating system, a version 5.11. What does that mean? It means that it's an older platform. There's not as many new features that they can add to this until they upgrade the Android operating system. But in the meantime, if I scroll down, let's see, it doesn't really talk much. It just has your usual features here. Here's your performance specs, and nothing new has changed. But what I can tell you, Steve, is that if you go into privilege mode, and if you're watching any of my videos, if you've subscribed to my channel or to my NordicTrack group, you'll know that you can get into privilege mode or administrative mode by using the 10-tap technique. And then from there, go to the Bluetooth settings, and you should be able to pair up with your AirPods. Let me know if that's something you can do. All right. While Steve is looking at that, I'm going to proceed with some of the questions that I think are really important that I'd like to share with you all. First question. First question is from, let's see, who is it from? I believe it's right here. Yes. So this is really important. I really wanted to share the spotlight, or how do we say? I wanted to shine the spotlight on this. So, you know, there are a lot of people that are having to call customer service, and we all have had to call customer service at least one time or another. Most of us have, and it's not a pleasant experience. Ever since the pandemic, it's been even worse because NordicTrack is just pumping out these treadmills and these bikes. Now they have a brand new Vault smart mirror. We'll get to that later on in the video. But the main thing I would like to pass on to you is that it's not a pleasant experience trying to get a hold of NordicTrack. I'm hoping they get better at it. But we have right here a question from a Kevin Vick, and it says, so do you work for NordicTrack? Are you compensated for these reviews? Because you seem to be about the only happy customer that has done a video review. All other reviewers here have had issues with their units. Sorry, but your channel doesn't pass the smell test. Well, Kevin and I had a back and forth, and I'd like to share it with you because I actually welcome comments like this. This is why I have this channel. I have this channel so that I can help folks that have a NordicTrack, or to help people that are looking into buying a NordicTrack smart exercise machine. So this was my response to Kevin. I said, hi, Kevin. I actually run a NordicTrack Facebook group, and I believe it is not just, and I believe it, or not just recent. Oh, yes. And I believe I just recently did a poll, and in my poll, I actually had the majority of folks say that they're very happy with their NordicTrack machine. And so Kevin wrote back and said, thanks for the response. I'd like to know your thoughts on NordicTrack's Better Business Bureau reviews. And he actually gave me a link, and I'll leave it up there right there if you want to take a look at it. Actually, let's click on it. And he says that NordicTrack is getting a lot of one-star reviews. Well, I want to say it's biased, because if you're writing to the Better Business Bureau, you're not going to be happy. And I'm sure that if I search in here for Peloton, they're going to have just as many one-star reviews. But this was eye-opening. I will, and I have to give Kevin credit for pointing this out. And so I actually wrote back to him and I said, wow, that was eye-opening. And I said, I am aware of the many issues that NordicTrack has. And I put in here not only NordicTrack, but Icon Fitness. I believe they own NordicTrack and Peloton. And but it still is, it still angers me when I hear all these horror stories about people having to pay to return defective machines. There is a lot of official writing when you buy that if you're unhappy, I believe the warranty says if you return it, that you're responsible for a restocking fee. But if you work with NordicTrack, I know it's painful. If you have a lemon of a machine and you work with them, they'll waive that restocking fee, and they'll do everything they can to get you a better machine. If you don't want the machine at all, just work with them, and hopefully you'll have a good outcome. But he wrote back and said, "Thank you for your comments and insight. While I believe there are many happy customers, I can't imagine spending that kind of money and hoping I don't have to deal with customer service. NordicTrack is obviously on their marketing game, but until they invest in keeping the current customers happy, we will find a treadmill and a rower elsewhere. Best, Kevin." First of all, Kevin, if you're watching this, I want to thank you for your comments. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully you subscribe so I can continue to get comments like this. This is an honest comment, and I know there are issues, and I believe the pandemic and the automatic how do I say increase in people wanting in-home exercise equipment was a benefit, and it was also not good for NordicTrack. NordicTrack is pumping these out as fast as they can, and I believe maybe the quality control has suffered. I don't know. But if anybody from NordicTrack is watching this, please comment below. You can also send me an email because I have, let me see if I have an email here. Yep. You can send me an email at drnt0714@gmail.com. And I'd like to hear responses from all of you because this is an important topic. I can vouch for many people that have a NordicTrack smart exercise machine, and it's the best thing they've ever bought. I love my machine. And yes, I did buy it pre-COVID. And I know that NordicTrack is still dealing with certain issues, especially with some motor controller. There's a controller that sometimes gets fried or doesn't work well. But for those of you that have a NordicTrack treadmill or bike or rower, and you are having a great experience, please comment down below so that we can hear about it. Because I know that the majority of you won't say anything, and it's the people that have bad experiences that are usually commenting. So it gives the appearance that most people have a bad experience with NordicTrack, and that's just not true. Alrighty, let's see what else I'm writing here. So it looks like a Mrs. B. Moore fit. I have a big problem with my X22i. I can't connect my Wi-Fi. My NordicTrack bike does. NordicTrack is sending me a whole new console. Have you heard of this Wi-Fi connection problem? I have heard with issues with multiple, how do I say, parts of the NordicTrack machine, Wi-Fi being one of them. I can't attest to why you're having a Wi-Fi problem. I only know that I don't usually hear much about Wi-Fi issues, but I'm glad they're sending you a whole new console. You would think that they would provide you with just a Wi-Fi fix, but it's possible that the Wi-Fi part of the machine is part of the entire motherboard or anything, and the only way to fix it is to send you a whole new console. I think it's overkill. And like I've said before, NordicTrack will send you the whole kitchen sink. They'll send you every single part known to mankind. You could probably build another NordicTrack treadmill with all the parts they send you. But I believe it's their way of compensating for not having the techs on the ground that can come in there and troubleshoot your system. And then with COVID-19, I'm not sure what the regulations are from state to state or even from country to country on what they're able to do. So at least they're sending you a new console. Hopefully, Mrs. B. More Fit, hopefully you get that fixed and you'll come back on and make a comment. We'd like to hear from you. Tina, I've had various NordicTrack products and have never had any issues. Guess I've always been lucky. You and I, Tina, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Nelson. I got privilege mode and I was able to pair my AirPods. Oh, great. You know, Steve, this is why I do this. And every Sunday from 1 to 2, you can look for me being online. If you have any questions or you just like to share a great NordicTrack story. My Wi-Fi connection was terrible for a while. We had a Frontier come and place a Wi-Fi extender near the bike, and we put the bike on its own. Yep. So NordicTrack even tells you there's a lot of forums out there. They'll actually tell you our Wi-Fi needs we don't need a dedicated connection, but we need a strong connection. And so the closer it is to the Wi-Fi router, the better. If you have things that are interfering, like I've never had any issues with Wi-Fi, but lately I have. Why? Because my kitchen is in shambles. I had some water leaks. If you've seen some of my last videos, you'll see that I've had some major issues with my house. And so I don't have a kitchen or a living room anymore. So my kitchen is now in my exercise room, and everything is right around. I have my X22i and then everything around it. I have a kitchen table. I have a toaster oven, I have a microwave. So everything's blocking my NordicTrack from receiving a signal. So lately I've had a few buffering issues, but I know why. It's because I don't have the proper signal. But I'm thinking about maybe getting a Wi-Fi extender, or at the very least trying to clear a path so that my NordicTrack gets better Wi-Fi. I'm also going to clean up this area. As you can see, there's quite a few boxes. Well, actually, you can't see. Let's see if I can show you where I'm sitting. It's not the greatest view. Yes, so I will not blur the background so you can see. As you can see, I've got boxes back there. I've got boxes all around me. You just can't tell. And so what I do is I have this virtual background. I just blur the background so you can't see any of it. And then I usually replace it with a background so that you don't have to see anything. And this is the background from my NordicTrack. This is the background from my NordicTrack group that I run. I run a NordicTrack tips, tricks, and hacks. And if you're a member of that, you'll always get advanced notice on any videos that I post. And you'll also, there's a lot of back and forth. And we talk a lot more about some of the software hacks rather than some of the other groups. They're great groups as well, but they talk more about the NordicTrack experience. My group is dedicated more to helping people, but also to providing you with nice tricks, tips, and hacks. I can't say hacks too much or else they'll bring this video down. But it gives you a lot of ways where you can utilize your screen for additional things like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video. You can even install the Peloton app, which is great. And I have a couple of videos on how to do that. So if you have any questions, just ask. All right, what do we have here? That's correct. I had a 5G, wouldn't have had these problems. Yep. Again, 5G isn't the all encompassing answer because 5G doesn't travel as far as 2.4, but I'd rather always have 5G than 2.4 if I have a choice. Will an Android update their OS? So unfortunately, Android will not update NordicTrack will not update the Android operating system. So all those updates that you get, if you haven't received any, you'll periodically get updates from NordicTrack, but those are iFit updates. What they're doing is they're updating their iFit application that resides on an Android operating system. So if you have an Android 5 operating system, then you have an Android 5 operating system. It's tied to the hardware, and so unless they replace the hardware, you'll never get a higher Android operating system. Is this a big deal? Of course it is, because our phones are running on Android 10, and the newer machines are coming with Android 9. And if you have an Android 7 machine, you can do things you can't do with an Android 5 machine, like splitting the screen. Does it work great? No, but you can actually split the screen so you can have iFit on one side and a Netflix movie or a web browser on the other, which would be great. But unfortunately, if you have Android 5.1.1, which I think all the bikes still have and all the older treadmills still have, then you should just be happy that you can install additional things. And even though it's a little buggy going back and forth, you still can utilize your screen for other things. And we're stuck with Android 5, but it works perfectly fine for iFit. And if it works for iFit, NordicTrack is never going to upgrade. You can see why they don't put more money into an Android, a better Android operating system. They're just coming out with a new Android operating system now. And even then, it doesn't come with Google Play services. So there are still things that are scaled back. But the reason they do that is because their customer service is already suffering. Why would they want to add additional things that can go wrong? Why would they want to allow Joe Blow and Mary Joe Blow to go in there and to start hacking away and adding and installing additional apps? They just don't have the technical manpower and the customer support to provide that type of technical support. So that's why they just limit you to having a proprietary iFit workout experience, which, believe me, is fantastic. And for most people, it's more than enough. For me, I'm obsessive compulsive, and I always want to have the best of everything. And so, sure, I have the best treadmill, but why not? Why can't I watch my a NordicTrack channel or not a NordicTrack? Why can't I watch Netflix and watch the latest movie that I wanted to watch instead of sitting down and like a couch potato and binging on popcorn. I can binge on my machines and actually walk the entire hour and a half while I'm watching a movie. It's just great. Why not have your cake and eat it too? All right. Thank you for responding. I still have faith in NordicTrack. So do I, Mrs. Be More Fit. I have an NordicTrack technician installing the console. That's great. That I'm not sure where you live, Mrs. Be More Fit, but it's great that NordicTrack and their reps are still able to come into your house there. So that's fantastic. Steve, do you find some iFit videos to be grainy? I find this at times. I wonder. Yes. So these. Let me go ahead and change this. 1 second. So yes, these videos are supposedly recorded in 4K. They're mastered in 4K. Unfortunately, when they come over, they're 1080p. And the monitors, the displays, even though they say it's a 1080p resolution, I think it's 1080 by 720. I'm not sure exactly. It's in one of my videos. Unfortunately, it's not the best. You know, we're used to watching 4K. And yes, the videos can be grainy at times. I do know that sometimes it is a beautiful picture. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And the funny thing is, if you install the Peloton app and you watch their in-studio classes, it is just a beautiful picture. You can tell it's a beautiful picture. Again, it's not a 4K TV. I'd say it's a lower end 1080p, but it is 1080p supposedly. But unfortunately, you will find that there are some videos that look grainy. And sometimes it gets fixed when it could be a buffering issue, and sometimes it doesn't. Does it ruin the experience? No. Remember, we're looking at a smart exercise machine that's supposed to motivate you to do better, to work out better, to have a great virtual experience. With COVID-19 keeping us in our house more than usual, we don't travel as much. We're still able to run outside, but with the cold weather coming, at least here in the United States, we now have a virtual experience where we can go and run in California, run on the beaches of Hawaii, hike the mountains of Switzerland. It is really a great experience. And the treadmill responds to the trainer. I still have to pinch myself to believe that exists in today's day and age. There's not a lot of smart exercise equipment out there. It is probably the best virtual experience that you can get. To this day, I don't think Peloton makes anything like it. I know their bike is very, very successful, and it's very a lot of people think it's better than the NordicTrack bike. I don't know. I don't have a Peloton, but I can tell you that I love my NordicTrack experience. When I get on there and I'm hiking and I'm or I'm running or I'm walking or I'm doing something, I actually feel that I'm there, because that 22-inch screen almost takes my entire field of vision. And I can't even imagine what a 32-inch screen looks like. Wow, I just really can't. So yes, is it the greatest quality? No. But does it provide you with a virtual experience that enhances the workout? Oh, most definitely it does. Hopefully that answers your question, Steve. All right, let's get on to another question here. I had a second question that I had picked out. Let's see. See if this is the question here. Yes. So this is one of the important questions I wanted to get to. So I got a question from a Vienna Franken. First of all, Vienna, if you're watching, thank you so much for the question. And it says here, just got my 2021 X32i today and followed all of your instructions, and it installed. She's talking about Netflix. But when I tried to open it up, I got the following message: this device is not supported by the app. This was news to me, and it actually forced me to create an updated video on Netflix. I'm actually recording it now, and it should be out shortly. Why doesn't the Netflix application work, and why does it come up and say this device is not supported by the app? Well, if you read my response, I said, "Hi Vienna, congrats on getting one of the first newer X32i models. As for the message, let's go ahead and troubleshoot it together." And so the first things first, I assumed that she downloaded the Netflix APK from the Netflix Help Center, like I had told her in the video. And she would have downloaded a specific version that works with all of the older treadmills and bikes. Once she confirmed that, then I realized that what's happening is the new NordicTrack machines, the new treadmills that are coming out with the Android 9, can now work with a newer Netflix version, which is great. So what I had her do was I had her go to the APK Pure site, and from there I had her search for Netflix. And if you read the instructions, once she downloaded that, then she was able to get it to work. Actually, it looks like she just Googled Netflix and downloaded it from wherever. So I would caution you, be careful where you're downloading your APK files from. Not all sites are reputable. I believe the APK Pure and the APK Mirror, for me, are the best. There's a third one out there, but if you want to be careful where you're downloading your APK files from. Since we don't have access to Google Play, you're forced to use other sites. Anyway, if for those of you that have a newer treadmill that has an Android 9 operating system, you can now go to APK Pure and search for a Netflix version, one of the newer ones that will work with your architecture, that will work with Android 9, and it will work. And Vienna came back and said that she was able to get it working. So I'm really happy for that. She also asked about Fire TV, and she asked about an app that I had loaded. It looks like it's called Cinema Free. I know there's several apps out there that you can load that will allow you to stream movies for free. I don't really know much about those because I didn't install those. Those were installed by my brother, and I'm probably going to take those off because I'm not really sure how they work and whether or not they're actually legal to do. So, all right, that was the second question. All right, Steve, I see you're still on. Let's see. Can you hardwire your phone via one of the ports on the monitor so it can work like glasses? Giving you a more virtual feel. I was able to do this with my drone. Can you hardwire your? You know what? I've never tried, Steve. I would ask you that, see if you can try that, and maybe that'll work. Unfortunately, to hardwire on the monitor, I don't know how you can access that monitor unless you open up the case. I know some of the newer ones have ports. On my older X22i, I have an HDMI out where I can actually connect the screen. And I have several videos on how to do that. And I know that some of the older models, you can wirelessly project the display onto a smart TV. And I have several videos on that. But some of the newer ones, I don't know. And I'm not sure if you can hardwire your phone. Like anything, I believe if you look into it and you're willing to put in some time and effort, you probably can do much more with your NordicTrack machine than is how do I say, at least initially apparent. But it's, again, you run the risk. We have a limited warranty on these machines, so please be very careful because we don't want to jack up the machine so much that if NordicTrack has to send their technician, that it will they'll come in and they'll say, hey, what's going on here? Here's the deal. I have spoken to thousands of people. I have thousands of subscribers, hundreds of comments, and I have yet to hear anybody say their warranty was voided. I know if you have your machine in a garage, I think NordicTrack says that your warranty could be voided. I know that if NordicTrack finds out that you go in there and you hack your machine and you install things like Netflix and stuff like that, they'll tell you that your warranty is voided. But they actually provide steps on how to get into the 10-tap technique, how to get into admin mode, into privilege mode. They provide that to folks that are troubleshooting the software. So believe me, you're not hacking the machine, but I, for one, would never contact NordicTrack and say, hey, Netflix isn't working on my machine. And they'll say, what do you mean? And you'll say, hey, I went into privilege mode and I installed Netflix. Yeah, that's a no-no. If I heard that, I'd void your warranty as well. So, you always have the factory reset. If you have a technician coming, believe me, the technician, all he cares about is coming in and fixing your machine as best as possible, as fast as possible, so he can go on to the next one. He's swamped with orders and appointments on how to fix and all of these machines that are experiencing hardware issues. The great thing is if it's a software issue, do a factory reset, and usually 99 times out of 100, that will fix the issue. Alrighty, let's go on to the, let's go on to the third question that I had. Let's see what I have here. Do you know how to get around? Oh, yes. So Toby Pruitt, thank you for your question. Let me get rid of this. All right. Toby Pruitt, thanks again. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. And for those of you that are wondering, yes, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the like button, and comment below, because it helps my channel. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Every time you subscribe, every time you hit the like button and comment down below, it promotes my videos in the YouTube algorithm. So it helps my channel to be more visible. And the more people that view my channel, the better for me. So I would ask you, if you're watching this right now, please hit that subscribe button. I'm not sure where it's at, but hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted every time I put a video out. And I will be posting some new videos out shortly. Not only can you support me by subscribing, I do have a PayPal account. It's called NordicTrack Doctor. That's NordicTrack and then DR for doctor. And you can see the link down below. If you'd like to support me, if you've watched the video and it's really helped you out, if I've answered a question that you believe saved you time and saved you money. I know one time somebody was getting ready to buy an X32i, and he saw one of my videos that said the X11i's, which I don't even know if those are available anymore, that they can actually cast onto a smart TV. So this viewer actually just bought a smart TV with the money he saved. He said he saved over $1,500. And so he was nice enough to actually provide me with a donation. I won't tell you how much, but it was the let's just say it was the biggest donation I've ever received, and it really helped me. It helped me because with time I'd like to get a vlogging camera so I could do more vlogging, and the more support I can get from you guys, the more I can spend providing you with videos, and I haven't been able to do that much. But anyway, even subscribing, that's enough for me. But if you'd like to go above and beyond, you're welcome to use this PayPal account to provide me with a donation. And if you don't have PayPal, I have a Venmo account. You can provide me with a donation there. I think one person used Venmo. And if you'd like to contact me for whatever reason, here's my email. It's drnt0714@gmail.com. I welcome all questions. And if I have a question for you and I'm able to answer it, I'll shoot you an email, and I might even put it on the next hourly Dr. NT Live, which again is every Sunday from 1 to 2. I will be coming on, and you'll see me live answering your questions and talking about NordicTrack. All right? So let's get back to the question and answer. How long have I been on? Oh, it's been 48 minutes. Wow. Let me get a drink of water. So back to Toby. Toby asks, do you know how to get around apps that say won't run without Google Play services, which are not supported? First of all, I can't even say Google Play. I have a problem saying Google. I'm not sure why. Google. Okay, I think I'm saying it okay. Google Play services, which are not supported. How do we get around that? Well, as you can read my response to Toby, unfortunately, there are quite a few apps that need Google Play services. And NordicTrack purposely does not install Google Play services on their Android operating system. The reason for this is so you cannot use Google Play to add additional applications. If you put Google Play on an Android system, I am assuming that Google gets some money. I don't know if Android operators or people that or companies that are using Android as their operating system, as their firmware. I'm not sure if how much money they have to pay Android and Google and all that. But NordicTrack just does away with it. They don't install. They actually provide you a scaled back version of Android that does not include Google Play. What does that mean to you? Well, What it means is that you can install Zwift, you can install Hulu, you can install Disney Plus. Some of these you can install, but when you go to play something, it just doesn't work. It's a smart move by NordicTrack. Believe me, the least amount of software that they can install on their machines, on their operating system, so that they can only support their iFit app, it's better for them. Why is it better for them? Because then they don't have to worry about bloatware. They don't have to worry about people adding additional applications. So that's why they don't have Google Play or Google Play services on their models. It's really smart business practice. Is it a great business practice for us? No, it's not. Could you imagine if we actually had Google Play on our NordicTrack treadmills and bikes? We can install Zwift. We can install so many different apps. It'd be so easy. But there's a way you can install some of these apps, and that's why I'm here. That's why Dr. NT is here, so that you can get all these tips and tricks and hacks, so that you can do all this on your machine and experience. You can have a better user experience, so that you're not just tied into the iFit trainer-led videos, which, believe me, are awesome. But at least you have something else. You have other options. All right. So unfortunately, Google Play Services is not part of the Android experience. It's not part of the new Android 9, the new Android 9 version that's coming with the new treadmills. It's just the way it is. I don't think the Peloton machines come with it either. I think they're locked down even more. All right, what's the next question I have for you? Let's see. I think I have 2 more questions for you, and then we'll probably get to the end. Here we go. So here's a question that I get a lot. And I would like to say thank you for Dilushani Sirapala. I hope I'm saying that right. Sirapala. Dilushani asks, how do you actually do the workout while watching Netflix? Can you show a video where the treadmill is running but you are watching TV? And if you are currently watching TV, how do you access the machine's speed, controls, incline, etc.? Well, one of the things that I forgot to talk about when I first put up several videos on how to install Netflix on your treadmill, on your bike, on your elliptical, I forgot to actually give instructions on how to do this. So a lot of my later videos talks about this. But if you do install additional apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, what you have to do first is you have to start the iFit app. Once you start the iFit app, you go into a manual workout. Once you go into a manual workout, then you have the controls that work. You can use the buttons. For the treadmills, you can use the incline and the speed. For the bike, I think you use the resistance and the speed, or the incline, decline, and the resistance. But you have to have a manual workout first, because once you start the manual workout, then the controls work. Once you do that, you can switch over to the Netflix app or to the Amazon Prime Video app, whatever it is you're watching. You can go to YouTube, watch YouTube videos, and then all the controls work. So that's how you would have to do that. So Dilushani, my apologies, I didn't make that clear. A lot of you may have installed Netflix, may have installed Peloton, and then you go to use the controls and they don't work. So you must start an iFit manual workout first, and then switch over to the application, and then you'll have control of your machine. All right. Next question. Let's see what we got. I think we have one more question that I had highlighted that I thought it was important. Yeah, this is a really easy question, but I get this asked quite a bit, and so let's go to the question. All right. This question is from Michael Bauer. Michael Bauer, thank you for watching the videos and for asking these questions. Hopefully you subscribed. Michael asks, how do you stop the screen rotation from happening? So many apps turn my screen sideways. He's running an Android 7. That's right. There are several applications. I think the Fitbit application does it. If you install APK Pure, several of those applications will turn your display sideways. And then instead of having a landscape type of view, it turns it into some sort of portrait mode, and it thinks that it's running on an Android tablet that's turned a certain way. There is no way that it knows that you're running, you're installing this and you're watching this on an actual NordicTrack tablet. So if you notice here, I say, hi, Michael. Yes, unfortunately, several apps get confused and don't recognize the NordicTrack display. And they don't recognize that the NordicTrack display is in a landscaped mode. But luckily, we have a fix for this. And I actually provide him with a link here. And if you click on that link, which I will do that here, it should take you to one of my videos that will talk about rotation control. And rotation control, I believe, is the app that you have to install in order for, and if you look, I'll just let you watch this.
All right, so what started all this? I believe what started all this, we went into APK and wanted to make sure it was oriented the right way. And now you know how to do it. It's oriented by downloading this program, which is called Rotation Control.
I'm not sure if you can hear this. Hopefully you can.
I went to the web.
But here's what you do. You go to the web.
On the web, I went to APK Pure.
And this is how you would download rotation control. And this will allow you, let me get and make this.
APK Pure, I went into APK Pure. Okay, and then from here, I did a search. And I said, I just said rotation. I typed it out. And then there it was, rotation.
And that's it, rotation control.
I clicked on that.
You download rotation control.
Search to make sure
that it's again
compatible. And it says here Android 4.1.
So that's good.
I downloaded it. I'm not going to do it here. And I closed this out. And then I went to my downloads folder. And I ran rotation control. It's right there. Do you want to see what it looks like? Sure. Rotation control. Hold it. This is how you install.
Oh, so I guess I go through the actual process of installing it for you.
Install finished. So once you download rotation control, you go to downloads. Rotation control is right there. You click it. Do you want to run this? Sure. It says it runs at startup only if you configure it to. It doesn't take too long to run. Look at that. It's quick. It's fast. It's done. Now you have rotation control. But remember, it's not running. How do I know? Because if I hit APK Pure, boom, it turns to the side. So make sure that nothing is running in the background. Let's say APK Pure. Actually, I like closing all my windows. APK Pure can't be running when you set rotation control because then you'll have to turn it off and turn it on. So you just hit that. It tells you start controlling, start on boot, whichever one you want. I just want to start controlling right now. So I come here and I'll start controlling because I don't want to start it on boot. And then I get out of here. And then how do I know its rotation's in here? Because if I swipe down, there it is. And now if I want to control, you can try all these settings. The only one that worked was that one and that shield. The shield and that one. And obviously this one. So I just hit the shield. I have no idea what it does. Let's see if, and then we'll test iFit and all this stuff later on. Come here. Let's try APK Pure. And boom. It is right. It is in the right orientation. And it works. Okay. So now you can actually use APK Pure if you want.
All right. So hopefully that was a little bit educational. I didn't think it was that long. But essentially, if you're having issues with apps that are turned sideways, you can install this rotation control. And again, if you click on this link, I believe the actual video is called, I should know this by heart, shouldn't I? It's called NordicTrack X22i, X32i, Hulu, Disney Plus installs, Bluetooth pairing, and essential tips, tricks. So you can go ahead and watch this video, and it'll provide you with the instructions that you just saw that will allow you to install rotation control, and it will allow certain apps that aren't able to identify that you're running on a NordicTrack display. It'll allow those apps to appear on your display in the correct orientation. All right? Well, those were the 5 questions that I had for you. Let me close those out. Hopefully, some of those questions were questions that you had. Hopefully, some of these answers will help you. It's been an hour. It's 2:40. I'm hoping that with time, this online presence will actually help you guys. And if I come out and I say I will be here every day every Sunday from 1 to 2, then you know that if you have any questions about your NordicTrack bike, your NordicTrack treadmill, your elliptical, your rower, you know that you can come and visit with the doctor from 1 to 2 every Sunday. And hopefully I can provide you with some answers, or at least maybe provide you with a way you can get those answers. And the more and more people that we have here, the better. I also would encourage you to subscribe to my Facebook group called NordicTrack Tips, Tricks, and Hacks, where you'll get you'll actually get not only tips and tricks, but you'll also get notified whenever I'm getting ready to work on a new video. You'll get videos that I don't post all the time, and hopefully that will help you. You'll also get alerted every time I'm getting ready to post a new video. You'll also get some little clips of videos that I never post, and you'll also be part of a family that will hopefully be able to help you with certain topics that I may not have the answers to. You'll be part of a community, a part of a family. It's not a huge group like some of these other groups, but there's about 500 people, and I'm hopefully you'll feel comfortable in there talking and commenting and sharing with others. All righty. Last but not least, let's go back here and one more time summarize on these brand new treadmills that are out. These brand new treadmills come with 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connectivity. They also come with, let's pick the big daddy of them all, the 32i. Scroll all the way to the bottom. They come with 5 gigahertz, which is great, especially if you have Netflix and you'd like to make sure you have the best bandwidth. They come with Android 9 operating system. That is a biggie because it's a more robust platform. It's a more stable Android operating system. So you're able to do so much more, like install additional apps. And for those of you that do have the Android 9 operating system, I'd like to hear back from you. I'd like for you to try to split your screen. I have several videos where I show you how to split the screen so that one side is the iFit app and the other side is something else. I'd like to hear from you. Let me know how that works. For those of you that have the Android 9 operating system, I'd like for you to chime in and let me know if you install Netflix, Amazon Prime, the Peloton app, things like that, and see how the back and forth is. Like once you finish, let's say you're watching something on Netflix, can you go back to the iFit app? Does it work better than the Android 7 and the Android 5.1.1? Because some of the older models, when you try to go back and forth, iFit closes out and you have to restart it. I'm wondering if the Android 9 operating system works better for that. But this is big news. Everyone that's thinking about getting a treadmill, you now have something that works on a better platform. You now have something that has dual Wi-Fi connectivity, and supposedly the graphics have been improved because of this added processor cooling. That's still to be determined. I'd love to hear from some of you that have the newer machine to let me know what you think. All righty, let me close this out. I'd like to thank you all. For anybody that's watching this, please, if you haven't done so, please subscribe. You can subscribe by hitting the icon down below. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, I think I closed out. You can subscribe by hitting the icon down below, the bell. You can also hit like, because if you hit like, then it helps the YouTube algorithm to promote my videos, to promote this channel. If you'd like to do more than just that, you can donate to my PayPal. It's paypal.me / NordicTrack Doctor. That's NordicTrack DR for doctor. If you'd like to, you can also provide donations at my Venmo account, which is Nelson_Munoz. If you have any emails that you'd like to send me for anything, You can send them at drnt0714@gmail.com. And what I do is if I get your questions, then I will feature them on the next Dr. NT Live show. All righty. Summarize. I spoke about the new treadmills that are out. Let's see one other thing. I believe not only are the NordicTrack incline trainers brand new, I believe that the commercial ones are new as well. Let's take a look. So if I go to Treadmills, the commercial incline treadmills all are new for 2021. So they all come with the new Android 9, with all the new quiet features, with the new wireless 5 gigahertz. And the commercial ones, wow, even all of the commercial ones are now, oh, well, not this one. It's a closeout. That could be misleading. But now the 1750, the 2450, and the 2950, if you click on them, they all now also come with the newer features. Let me scroll down just to make sure. Yep. If you come down here, yep. The 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connectivity, the Android 9. So now you can also get the new commercial treadmills. What are some of the features of the commercial treadmills? You're able to actually prop them back up. You get more space that way. And they're a little bit cheaper. The T-Series, wow, even the T-Series are now brand new for 2021. So if you want to get this EXP10i, let's click on that. What's some of the new things that you get? So it's a brand new treadmill, but it does not have the newer Android 9. So even though those appear to be new, the models might be new, but they do not come with the newer Android operating system or the dual Wi-Fi connectivity. And if we look at the bikes are still coming out, the S22i and the S15i, and then some of the other bikes. Well, whoa. So these are still coming out, I believe, with the older Android operating system. But looks like we have a new recumbent bike. Let's see. Let's check out this commercial R35. Let's see what it's all about. So it doesn't look like it has any new software, but it looks like it might be a new model. These new recumbent bikes allow you to sit. Let's say if you're older or you can't sit in the traditional exercise bike posture, this allows you to sit and still get the exercise that you would like to get. Still maybe get your cardio up and running. You have a new upright series, some commercial VU29. Let's take a look at that. See what features it's providing. So it doesn't look like it's the newer Android operating system either. Yep, it's the same one. So it looks like they're just newer models that haven't been out before. So if you're looking for a smart exercise machine and you like the NordicTrack iFit, let's see what this commercial 14.9 elliptical, let's see how new it is. So yeah, same technology. It's just a newer model. So if you're looking to getting a new treadmill, it looks like it's just with the treadmills. The newer NordicTrack treadmills, the incline trainers, and the commercial treadmills, you can now get those, and they come with a new operating system, Android 9, which is so much more robust and so much more stable than the older machines. And it allows you to do so much more. And they also come with a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connectivity, which is really great, especially if you want to install things like Netflix and Amazon Prime and get that bigger bandwidth. Now, as far as strength training, I'd like to show you this. For those of you that don't know, NordicTrack recently, I think in the last month, introduced this new Vault. It's a new mirror-like workout experience to supplement their Fusion CST. These Fusion CST It uses pulleys to provide resistance. But if you're more into the dumbbells and the kettlebells and the more traditional free weights, this new vault provides you with exercises and a mirror-like experience. It's quite hefty. If you want the complete vault, that'll run you $3,000. The complete vault is just essentially the other vault. It's that mirror-like workout experience, but it comes with, let's see, does it say? Go inside the vault. Looks like it comes with some bands, some rollers, some dumbbells, and I believe some kettlebells. Yep, you can accessorize it. It looks like some yoga stuff. And all of this stuff is included. It's quite hefty. But you know, if you have the money and you'd like to get something like this would be pretty cool to have in the room. It's beautiful, it's fancy, it's out of the way, and it's a home gym. Will this really be what the hardcore person is looking for if they want some really hardcore strength training? Probably not. But if you're a beginner, if you're older and you'd like to get back into working out, it looks like it has some serious dumbbells. It looks like it has up to 30-pound dumbbells, which that's 60 pounds. That's not bad. It has an exercise mat. It looks like it has kettlebells, a 20 and a 30-pound kettlebell. So you probably get some really good exercise with this. If you have the money, why not? Otherwise, if you're really just looking to work out, you can probably use your body weight and buy some dumbbells. You can get used dumbbells at any place. You can even go to Walmart and you can actually get the NordicTrack dumbbells that are listed here for $5.99. You can get them for $3 and change, I believe. All right. I think that will end my live stream here. I would like to thank all of you that came out, or all of you that are watching it right now. I'm not sure how many people are actually logged on right now, but I wanted to thank you all. Hopefully this was informative. For those of you that are still on right now, I'd like to reward you. I'd like to have a little contest for a prize. I've done this before, so it looks like there's 4 people on. Let me go ahead and get something for you all. All right. I have this. Let me go ahead and stop blurring my background. Alrighty. I have this Flow 360 resistance tube. I'd like to give this away to one of you lucky viewers. And what I'll do is, if you're still watching this, I'd like for you to pick a number. I'm going to write it down from 1 to 10. I've done this before. Let me get a pen. Let me try to find the pen in this mess here. Let's see. Here we go. Ah. All right, I found the pen. I'm going to write a number down. I'm going to write it on this envelope, the back of this envelope. It'll be from, we'll say from 1 to 10, okay? All right, I circled it. It's on this envelope. And I will pick up that envelope as soon as everybody gets a guess. It looks like there's 6 people on. So let's see if I have a chat here. Participants. Does it show who's logged on still? I'm not sure. But if you're still logged on, say something. What I'd like you to do is pick a number between 1 and 10. And then if someone gets the number, then they win the prize. If they don't get the number, then we'll do it again. And what are you trying to get? Since you are watching this video and you're still with me, you'll get this Flow 360 for free. What you'll do is, if you win, shoot me an email at the drnt@gmail.com, and I'll put it back up for you. And if you win, then I'll send that to you for free. I really appreciate your support. Now you have to be subscribed to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, because I'll be checking before I send this to you. All right, there's my email. So let's see who we got so far. We've got Adam Glahome with a 6. Is there anyone else that is still logged on that would like to win the prize? Again, you're trying to win this Flow 360 resistance tube. Now send that to you. Anybody else? So it's 2:55, Adam. If I don't get any other responses within 5 minutes, then you win, Adam, okay? So bear with me. It's 2:55. I will end this live stream at 3 o'clock. And when it ends, Adam, if you're the only one that's chosen a number between 1 and 10, then you automatically win. Is there anyone else out there? And Adam, are you able to hear me clearly? And not only are you able to hear me clearly, but is my speech, how do I say, is it synced up with my mouth movements? The reason I ask is because in the past, I didn't have a webcam. I'm actually borrowing my daughter's. And in the past, I had my phone that I was using as a webcam, and it provided a delayed response to my computer. And so it looked like one of those old martial arts movies where the speaking is not synced up with the action. But, oh, yes, okay, great. And you can hear me, no problems. Great, Adam, glad to hear. Adam, what kind of machine do you have? Are you looking to buy a machine, or do you already have a treadmill or a bike? All right, 2:57, 3 more minutes, and we'll give this prize away. If you're watching this live, I'd like you to pick a number from 1 through 10. And if you guess it, you get this resistance tube for free. I'll get your contact information. You can send it to my email. It's down below. It's drnt0714@gmail.com. So you have the S15i and you love it. You know, when I was thinking about buying a bike, once my house is put back together, I believe I want the S15i as well. The reason I say that is because I have an X22i and I love it. And would I love the S22i? Of course I would. But that is a huge monitor to have on the bicycle. And I've heard a few horror stories where it wobbles and you're trying to do this and that. I'm sure it's great, but I'd rather save the money and just get the S15i and then experience that. And that'll give me everything I really need. So I'm glad you like that S15i. Adam, are you subscribed to my channel? Oh, you're welcome. I'm really glad I can provide you with help. But if you're subscribed to my channel, then you're going to win this because there's only 2 more minutes. I'm like I said, I don't do this a lot, but starting next Sunday, well, starting from now on, I will be going live every Sunday from 1 to 2, and it'll be I'll just call it Dr. NT Live, and I'll be answering questions that have that you the viewer have asked, and I'll also be providing tips and tricks and hacks that you guys can use to further your NordicTrack experience on your machines. It's 2:59. Adam, you're about to win this resistance tube. I'm going to call it right now, Adam. All right. You just won this. So congratulations. Shoot me an email at drnt0714@gmail.com with your name, your address. And what I will do is I will package this tonight and send it out tomorrow to you. All right, Adam? Thanks for your support. Again, I got to check to make sure that you're subscribed, but I'm sure you are. If you would like, it's not a requirement, but you can also go on Facebook and oh, Mrs. B More Fit, I'm so sorry. You were a little late, but you know what? Even if you did get it in, here's the number. So Adam still would have won. It was number 8, so Adam would have been closer than you, Mrs. Be More Fit. But thank you for trying and for hanging out. What I can do is next Sunday at 1 o'clock, I'll see if I can get another prize that I can give out to any lucky viewer. Okay, but for this live stream, I'm gonna call it quits here. Adam, shoot me your information. I'll send this to you. Mrs. Be More Fit, thank you for your support. Thanks everybody who was watching the live stream, and for all of you that are watching this on a tape delay, who's watching a replay of this. If you have any questions, shoot them to me at Dr. NordicTrack, drnt0714@gmail.com, and I'll try to answer them. Look for some brand new videos coming out for 2021 on the new machines that are coming out, and some new tips and tricks. I'm gonna have some really good things for you. I'm trying to get re-energized and trying to get back into giving you guys the guys and gals the videos that you're looking for, the tips and the tricks that you guys really can utilize on your machines, so that you can use your brand new expensive treadmill or a bike or rower or elliptical as best as possible. So you can watch Netflix, so you can watch Amazon Prime Video. I'll keep trying to get Hulu on there, Zwift. I'll keep trying. I'll do my best. But I'm here to help you. This is Dr. NT. I'm calling it right now. You all have a good evening, good day. Please stay safe. Hopefully that NordicTrack, I was gonna say that NordicTrack vaccine. I'm tired. I think I'm gonna have a beer after this. Hopefully the COVID-19 immunization will be out soon, and we can try to get back to some sort of normalcy in our lives. Stay safe, and again, thanks for your support. Wendy, you appreciate, oh yes, you're new to the X22i. I've helped you. Oh, I'm glad, Wendy. I'm glad I was able to help you out. Hopefully I'll see you next Sunday. All right, you all take care.